It was harder with the reaction that the fans gave. Whether it's an opponent that goes down or one of our own, we don't boo. We don't boo the guys that are injured on the field, especially, with the extent where the card comes out. We should be ashamed of ourselves, as Browns and as fans to boo anyone and their downfall.
That was Myles Garrett, and he's absolutely right. Now, he lost me when he called Deshaun Watson a model citizen. That was also part of what he said.
Yeah. And
now,
I think
come on.
That adds to the booing. Right.
Well, and the people who ultimately should be booed are the folks who brought Deshaun Watson to Cleveland. What did they think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Excuse me. They give up 3 first-round picks, 3 other picks for Deshaun Watson. They give him a 5-year, fully guaranteed $230 million contract. If it doesn't work, if he plays poorly, what do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
Your hands are tied.
Right.
You've got this ball and chain of a contract, and the fans are going to be restless. I believe they made Jameis Winston the number 3 quarterback yesterday to circumvent the chance we want Jameis. There were probably people that brought signs that left him in the car.
That was the oddest thing of Sunday yesterday.
But that just shows you.
And then it came back to bite him in the ass because he got hurt. They needed Jameis Winston, and they might have been a day where they won the game.
Right.
And they didn't because they decided to be cute all about this. We're trying to cover for a stupid decision we made 3 years ago.
Throughout the league, folks, there are teams, not all of them, but a lot of them, where you've got an owner who either made a lot of money elsewhere and thought, I'm going to go buy a football team. I've been successful in other lines of business. I'll be successful in this. Or they inherited it or whatever. And the owner screws everything up and hides behind the people who get fired for the decisions that the owner wants.
Yep.
And that's exactly what's gone on in Cleveland. I'll never admit to it, but I've been studying the Browns ever since Jimmy Haslam bought them 12 years ago. His fingerprints are all over this. And also preventing Kevin Stefanski from making the change, making it harder yesterday, the first of 3 straight home games after they had been gone for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson got booed loudly when the game began. Like, what are they thinking introducing the offense?
Yeah.
What the hell are you thinking? Don't you know? Like, there's no self-awareness. There's no common sense. There's no logic in the management of the Cleveland Browns. They have a chief strategy officer, and the primary strategy is, how can I figure out how to keep Jimmy Haslam from screwing everything up? And he's failing. So that's the bottom line. And now they're going to have to go with Jameis Winston. Deshaun Watson, you see the video. They say it's an Achilles injury. They haven't said it's officially torn. You watch the video.
No, you could see
pops.
it pop.
It's the Kirk Cousins pop.
Exactly right. I mean,
you see the rubber band snap.
Exactly. Kevin Durant, when he did it in basketball, whatever. You watch the right leg here, something goes right there. Sorry. It is horrible. It really is. And again, I'm never going to condone booing an injured person or doing anything like that. I don't care.
And it doesn't take many in the crowd. I'm not defending those who booed, but it wasn't everyone.
Yeah,
surely.
That's right. Yeah, it's right. I mean, it's a 70,000-foot stadium, and if it's 300 people, it sounds loud, and it's messed up.
And they also don't understand the extent of the injury either when it happens. Again, we have to acknowledge the realities of being at a game.
Right.
Oh, they don't see what we saw on TV.
I grew up in New York. I saw the Giants fans boo or cheer my dad when he got hurt many a times. It's part of sports a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we're in a different time here where maybe we've become a little more sympathetic to stuff like that, but it's still sport and people get a little over emotional at times.
They buy that ticket and they think it gives them the right to act like assholes.
Exactly right.
And also, regardless of how, separate the how. Browns fans were glad to get him off the field.
Right.
Set aside the how.
Right.
And if the owner is never going to bench him, they just wanted him gone. They don't care why. They don't care how. They just wanted him gone.
No.
And the problem is he's still going to be around next year.
And
the year after.
The players got to stop he's a model citizen thing. Listen, that you're not going to win that argument. This is a guy that's got it's checkered, to say the least, and let alone there's a lot of people out there that feel like he showed no remorse for what he did in this situation, and there's people that in the NFL and real world, whatever, they're never going to look at Deshaun Watson the same.
The retired judge that decided he should be suspended acknowledged he had credibility issues.
Yeah.
He's never been reticent. He's never even admitted that he did what he still would say he didn't do it, I think.
Right.
So unless it's one of the all-time great witch hunts that did not find a witch.
So, do you want to now host the segment and get us into what we're going to do, or are you just going to talk forever?
I'm going to talk forever.
Okay.
What the hell? Take it all the way up to 9 o'clock.
This is superlatives.
I know, but you know what? Sometimes that doesn't mesh with the there's nothing superlative. We had to talk about the Deshaun Watson injury. That's not on Gary. I'm going rogue here, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a Monday and I'm tired. All right. And I got to travel home. And you know what my reward is? You know what my reward is for making it home safely? Get your ass back to work.
Oh.
Not all of us have tomorrow off.
Oh, I don't have it off. I'm going to be sitting there working, writing pages of notes. I always do.
How can you even read that shit?
I have great handwriting.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Anybody will tell you I do. Now, you can't judge my Sunday writing where I'm trying to keep up with games and everything like that. If you saw normal writing, I think you would go, that's pretty hand script writing.
No, it's not. No,
it's nice. Right?
No.
Nice.
No.
It's very beautiful
look at that.
script.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
And it's red ink. How do you not get headaches?
It was the only good pen in
Colts
the
and the
damn
Dolphins.
place.
How do you not get headaches if you're a Dolphins fan?
Yeah.
They finally are going to get Tua back. I'm not completely comfortable with this urgency. I think it puts too much pressure on the kid. I know it's ultimately his decision if he's cleared. I just feel like the whole mechanism, it's a macro level of what we talked about a couple of weeks ago with Josh Allen.
Yep.
Got to go. Check the box. He's cleared. Let's go. We're here to play football. We're not here to provide, medical services. And I hope that he's making the right decision.
Yeah,
and I hope
you.
that he's able to make a good decision, factoring in the reality that the urgency to play and help this team win games is a pretty strong magnet to bring him back to the field.
I think he wants to play ball. I think that's who he is. I respect that. I understand that. I certainly don't want to see him go out there and put himself in harm's way. But I do think some of the things you talked about are real. Does he feel the pressure from the whole team that he needs to get out there and they haven't looked anywhere near the same?
And from himself.
And they can't,
regardless of what he's feeling like,
right.
he's feeling it inside.
The money, everything, all of it. Yeah, he's watching his team go 2-4. Right, he is. They're having to play a guy in Tyler Huntley who just got there a few weeks ago, and now he's having to run an offense it's very complicated. And they want to run shifts and motions and have people going all over the place, and they can't quite do that to the same capacity with the quarterbacks they got there right now. They can't handle all of the juggling of that. That's where the greatness of Tua comes in, and then his ability to spread the ball around and do all of that.
Shame on the Dolphins for not having a guy who can do what Tua does, because the stuff he does behind the line of scrimmage, that 3-card Monty shell game stuff, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
That doesn't require an incredible level of skill.
No.
It requires reps. It requires
that's
practice.
the right way to say it,
And
Mike.
I can't help but wonder whether or not at some level there was a concern that
we don't want anybody too talented, or what?
Yes.
What are you trying to? Yeah, I know.
That we don't want
they were never going to get a
to
big
feel
time
like
backup
there's a
in there.
competitor.
Exactly right. Never.
That we don't because of what happened with Tua and Brian Flores.
Yeah.
That we don't want to put Tua in a position where he feels threatened by the situation.
Yeah, I think there's that. And Skylar Thompson, I think, who was supposed to be their backup, fit that mold perfectly, right? It's like, hey, and I do think I would like to see that offense with Skylar Thompson. I think it would be a lot better with Skylar Thompson. I'm not saying it would be to Tua level, but I think he's the guy that is what you're saying. He got reps. He knew the offense.
But he still wasn't able to do it the way Tua did.
Not to the way Tua did it, certainly. And then he got hurt, and he didn't even get to improve on that at all. But if there was a game yesterday that they could win that was ugly and all of that, it was there for them yesterday. You know that. I know that. They start the third quarter off, and they're up 10-3. You kind of felt like they were running the ball in the first half, and there they are in the third quarter. Mostert fumbles. And short field, Colts get the touchdown. I believe it was the next drive. If not, maybe I missed a drive in between. They drive down the field. They're in the red zone. They give the ball to Alec Ingold, the fullback, up the middle. He gets stripped. So they don't get a chance to score there. And I believe, if I remember right, that might have been the Colts went down and got a field goal to make it 13-10. I might have missed a drive. Excuse me either way. But the Dolphins, it felt like they let one slip away yesterday, is my point.
Colts got booed.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson heard it. He wasn't quite sure who it was directed at, but usually it's directed at the offense generally, if not the quarterback specifically, after Joe Flacco was just like last year, Joe Flacco saves the day, but Richardson is clearly the better talent. They need Jonathan Taylor back, but they got the win.
No,
bottom line is they got the
win. Keep playing. This is what we talked about. We know
he needs the reps.
He needs the reps where they are dangerous and they're kind of fun. Shane Steichen, we know, is amazing on the offensive side of the ball. They can run the football. That's one thing they got. Anthony Richardson can enhance running the football, especially when Jonathan Taylor's there, like you said. But because of that, and they run the ball, and they can be fairly explosive there too, they're one of those teams that when they drop back, it's like, oh, they're going to throw a 20-yard, 30-yard throw. They can change field position in a hurry. They are about a team that's about making plays when Anthony Richardson's at quarterback. There's not a lot of sustained drives or anything like that. But big win for the Colts yesterday.
Cardinals go to Miami next week.
Ooh.
Presumably Tua will play. And then it's at Buffalo for the Dolphins, week 9. Tyreek Hill had 1 catch for 8 yards.
Yeah.
Let's see how the next 2 weeks go.
Yeah.
Because
you think that things are going to get answered?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, why would you trade your best player? I just wonder whether or not he's going to want to stick around. If they don't, and this is the problem with
Can they
Tua.
really trade him with this new contract?
Probably not.
Tyreek, right?
Probably not. But
Yeah.
here's the problem with Tua coming back. It wasn't some freak injury that he suffered.
No.
He's had multiple concussions. He's had fencing posture multiple times. It is on the short list of things most likely to happen to you that aren't great when you're playing football.
Yep.
I hope that he's able, that he doesn't drop his head when he's running. Get on the ground, get out of bounds, throw the ball away, live to see another day. He's got to make his health a priority. And just the fact that you're trying to do that while you're trying to play football.
That's going to be the litmus test.
Right. And don't they say, like, if you worry about getting injured, you're more likely to get injured?
Yeah. There's the physical team usually doesn't get hurt. That's kind of the saying in the NFL. And yeah, for Tua, how much will this injury affect him in his play going forward? Where you'd go, I'd like him to stand there in the pocket and make that throw. But he might be a little bit like, I don't want to take that hit and have my head hit the ground or whatever. So I'm going to go down or I'm just going to throw the ball away, right? I mean, I think that's definitely one of the things I'm interested to see as we go forward because, it's real. And it's reoccurring when it happens like this. And it is shown with him and Tua that it can happen very easily. For whatever reason, he seems very apt to get these and get a little more wobbly maybe than most quarterbacks. And how could that not affect your psyche as a player?
Nobody knows if there's a magic number of concussions before it's too many. But with each additional concussion, if you're Tua, you have to be worried, is the next one the last one? And how does that affect you? How does that alter your approach to the game? We're in kind of new territory here.
Yeah, we are.
In the 15 years that the NFL has been sensitive to concussions. All right, Bills, Titans. Titans are up 10-0, like out of nowhere. Like I look up and I see, because we're trying to watch all the games at once. It's like, holy crap, Titans are up 10-0. Bills found the gas pedal, off they went. Josh Allen's 100th start, Amari Cooper. And it's very simple. I talked to him about the presence of Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
If they cloud toward Cooper, I throw it elsewhere. If they don't, I throw it to Cooper. It's that simple.
It took a little bit while to get them going, but then it got in the second quarter. Allen made a few plays, scrambled, got Keon Coleman for a big play that set up their first touchdown, and from there, they never looked back. But damn, isn't this what we all wanted from Buffalo? They got a go-to guy. It's about damn time. Again, I know Stephon Diggs was good, but he's not as dangerous as Amari Cooper is, at least like the current Stephon Diggs and what Amari Cooper is right now. Amari Cooper is the guy that can run by you and go for big plays, and he can still catch a slant and run 60 or 70 yards after that. He is going to be a great addition for this offense, and it's going to take pressure off of Josh Allen for the first time. And I think we saw a little yesterday, too, with his presence, and I'm excited to watch this film here in the next day or two, and the fact that it seemed like it opened up the offense for everybody else. Now there's favorable matchups for Kincaid and Shakir, and now defenses are a little worried about, they have a guy that can attack us down the field, and that can make their run game more effective. So that Titans defense is awesome. They are really good, but their offense is sucky-ducky, and it's only a matter, their defense can only hold it down for so long, especially a guy like Josh Allen.
We need to go, but that weird development on Saturday of Will Levis inactive and Mason Rudolph playing, and Levis's shoulder injury from 3 weeks ago is now a 4 to 5 week injury. He played. He fully participated in practice on Thursday.
Very
this was
odd.
A soft benching.
Yeah,
a soft benching of Will Levis.
You're not totally 100%. Why don't you stay on the sideline and get healthy this week?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it kind of felt like.
And next week.
Yeah.
And next week until we need you. And maybe they need him sooner than later since they lost so badly yesterday. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.